One more thing I'm gonna do before I paint is take off all of the covers to the sockets, so that way I'm not trying to trim around the sockets. This color gotta grow on me. Right now, you know, it ain't really giving that moody vibe, it's just giving dark. But part of the reason is probably because I don't have the lighting set up and all that stuff, so we just gotta trust the process, you feel me? All right, y'all. We got all the plastic taped down in the corners. Now I have to go to Sherwin-Williams to get some more paint. Alright y'all, we got the paint. I also bought this brush comb to kind of straighten out the brush. I got the paint for the closet, which is going to be this gray paint. And I also got the touch-up paint for what I've already been painting. I think I've completely covered the room. I've done all the trim and it's starting to look pretty good. In an empty room with the lighting that I have and all that stuff, I don't really like the color because it's hard for me to see the vision all the way, but I know that it's gonna look good. I'm about to go into the closet. I've already told y'all the color that we're going with is this one right here, just to give it a little more contrast against the black. And I think it's going to look good. Matter of fact, I know it's going to look good. The only thing that I'm concerned is that my desk is a wooden chestnut colored desk. And I don't really know how it's going to look against this. But, hey, we just going to go for it. So, let's get to work. The room is done. As you can see, we got all the walls painted, the trim painted. I gotta go in a few spots and do some touch-ups, but I'll do that later. I'm starting to bring furniture back in, starting with my TV console. I ripped the whole back out of my TV console because there's this wall socket here. And with this backing on the TV stand, I wouldn't be able to get to that wall socket. And I didn't feel like cutting out a square for that wall socket. And I think it'll look just fine. The wall is nearly the same color as the TV console. So right now, I've marked the middle of the wall right here, and I've marked the middle of the console. IKEA does not take into account that we all don't live in those European countries. Most houses in European countries are made out of something solid like brick or concrete. But over here in America, you know, we got studs and drywall. The places where they put the anchors may or may not line up with the drywall. So I got some separate L brackets right here that I got from Walmart. Then I got some Tapcon screws, which are concrete screws. If anything, I know for a fact that these Tapcon, and there's Dash. I know for a fact that these Tapcon screws are gonna make sure that this thing does not fall. I bought this Hart stud finder from Walmart, and it's supposed to be able to tell you exactly where the stud is by these LED lights. And then it has another thing that shows you if you're getting close to an electrical outlet, which I thought was pretty cool. And they give you a little pencil, you feel me? So where the red is where the stud is. No more searching for a stud and hitting it on the edge and not getting it right in the middle. With this, I feel like we should get some pretty accurate readings on where the stud is. Alright, so I guess I forgot that sometimes studs are kind of hard to drill the screw directly into. So instead, let's go ahead and hit it with this, and then we'll follow up and put, okay, it's not one to focus. How y'all do it like that right here? Let's go ahead and hit it with this, and then it should be easier to screw our screws in. To be honest, this thing is so sturdy, I don't even think it's worth putting 2 screws in it. I think 1 screw is enough. Tapcon screws are pretty strong. It looks good, but honestly, I might have to have somebody hold this up here because I didn't account for how heavy this is. I think I might just try my best and go for it. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to regroup. All right, y'all, I got somebody coming to help me to mount this, or at least hold it in place while I screw the brackets in. But I saw somebody else do this to their Besta TV console. They drilled holes between each one of these sections, so that way they can run wires back and forth through it. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing because that's a pretty good idea. We got the TV stand mounted. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see where I want the actual TV, mount the sound bar to the TV, and then mount the TV to the wall. I'm gonna drill some holes and put these cord finders up on the wall. So, hey, we got some work cut out for us. Hey, I feel like any real man knows the most valuable socket ever made to man is this one right here. The 10mm socket. I don't care what project you're working on. If you ever are in question on what socket to use, try the 10 first to see if it fit. Because 9 times out of 10, it's probably gonna fit. The infamous test. I would say that's good enough. Company who makes these also sent me this saw for me to put the hole in the wall. So let's do that next. Now we got that hole in there as well. All right, y'all, I gotta go to the store to get us something to eat. As much as I would like to keep working on this right now, I got a good stable base. Got the TV up, the sound bar up, the TV console up. Let me show y'all how this came out. So I got the cable management thing in the wall. This is how it looks on the bottom side. All in all, we're looking good so far. Y'all see it. We in here about to rip this board real quick. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't never done this before, but it seems like the more you do home projects, the more you just figure out a way. Like, you don't be knowing how to do stuff, but common sense just tell you like, this is probably how you should do it. So basically, I did some math to determine where to put this at. And I've screwed this into the bottom of my board. We're gonna cut down and rip this board. We're gonna see if we can't put this sit to stand disc together. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what it's talking about. I've never used a circular saw a day in my life, and I have no idea how to adjust. Maybe it's this right here. Let's measure the board to see how thick it is, to see what we need to put the depth at. The board is 1.5 inches. So we're gonna set this thing right here at 1.5 inches. And we're gonna lock that down. Oh, man. I ain't know it was gonna be that much dust. Look at my clothes, man. If you wondering why I decided to do this inside, this is how cold it is outside right now. Can y'all see it? 16 degrees, man. Ain't no way. I set it at 1.5 inches and it literally cut a little bit shorter than that, I think. So basically, I'm gonna have to do that same cut over again, but I'm gonna have to set the guide a little bit more than 1.5 inches. All right, as you can see, the desktop fits inside of the closet pretty good. And yeah, man, we're gonna start building this setup in here. Super excited. I ain't gonna even lie to you because I ain't really been having nowhere to edit, and I feel like it's been throwing my game off. But there's nothing better than having a solid workspace to put some work in, man. So you hear me? All right, y'all. I was thinking last night, like, dang, I don't want to waste a piece of wood that I cut off the backside of this desk. Now I was wondering what I can do with it. And it's not a very wide piece of wood. It's probably like 2.5, 3 inches or something like that. But I was thinking I can make this desk look thicker. Boom. I can have it flush with the front of this, but I really don't like the way that looks. I like the way that it looks with it pushed back like this. Here's a close-up. I'm gonna put some glue on this side and then get some clamps to clamp it up here to hold it in place. Oh my God. I'm so tired of making store runs, y'all, but I'm determined to get this desk exactly how I want it. There's still a gap. So I'm gonna go to Home Depot. Alright, so we back. When you have home projects like this, most things aren't gonna go the way that you feel like they should go. Like, it's always gonna be something you feel like you think you're doing right, and then somebody say, nah, you probably should do it this way because this is a better way. I thought that I was gonna have to get a nail gun to nail up into the bottom of the desk, but the dude at Home Depot said, nah, you need to get L brackets or corner braces. So I'm gonna put these corner braces on the back inside of the desk. But before I do that, I have a video to drop today. I'm gonna go ahead and upload that real quick, and then I'm gonna finish working on the desk.